today, as you know, we're going to be talking about growth over summer. So we're calling it the Summer Success Campaign, which I'll talk about in a second. But the reason that I've invited some guests to join me is because generally over summer, what we've seen here at Nest is every single year, and you will know this, there are peaks and troughs throughout the year. Summer is very much a low trough, not as low as December, but it's quite a long trough. So whereas December's quite short, the summer trough is quite long and can be quite disruptive to your business. And we've seen that it has been very disruptive to some businesses. So we actually budget for our numbers to drop significantly over summer. If our numbers drop, that means that your numbers are dropping. That's what we see. So the reason that I've invited these guests on is to see if we can buck that trend. The clients that I've got with me today absolutely buck that trend. And I've looked back at their figures for a few years. It's very, very rare that their businesses decline. In fact, they rise substantially over summer. So we know that it's possible. We know that it's possible to see growth over summer, and we want to learn from these clients how they do it, okay? So before I introduce these clients, I just want you guys to know that I've picked these 4 in particular. Sarah, as you will know, you've seen Sarah on webinars with me before. She works with Nest. She has 2 clubs. She'll introduce herself in a second. But all these clubs are a very substantial size. In fact, one is actually in our top 10 of clients. But they are very substantial. So we're not talking about how a small business maintains business over summer. These are big businesses that have a very high potential. If they take their eye off the ball, there's a very high potential for the business to decline along with the rest of the industry. So I have confidence that what these guys are doing keeps people proactively. It doesn't just happen by default. It proactively work to both keep students and get new students and continue to see business growth throughout summer. And as you can imagine, if you experience business decline over summer, you get to September, and although September is normally a very good month for all of us, September, October, if you're starting September from here, your business will get to here. If you're starting from here because you've managed to maintain business over summer, your business will accelerate to here. So the importance of making sure you maintain business growth, even just business stability over summer, has a huge impact on your business moving forward. It gives you a jumping platform from which to accelerate your business from September onwards. So before we start, if you guys could introduce yourselves, maybe we'll start with Ricky, just a quick who you are, where you're from, what style you teach.
Hey guys, I'm Ricky from Essex. I teach kickboxing and self-defense. My business is Martial Arts World, and growing and growing. Excellent.
Thank you, Ricky. Ian?
I'm also from Essex and from North London as well. Clubs across all of Essex. Primarily teach jiu-jitsu.
Excellent. Thank you. Paul?
Hello, everyone. I'm Paul. I'm from Solihull, just outside Birmingham. I'm from the Combat Sports Centre. We teach kickboxing across all our satellite clubs, but at the Combat Sports Centre, we teach kickboxing, boxing, and mixed martial arts.
Thank you very much. And Sarah?
Yep, so I'm Sarah. I'm from Leicester. I've got 2 clubs. I've got Generate Academy and Phoenix Judo Club, and we teach boxing and judo.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to kick off with some questions. Before I do, I just want the people on this webinar to know that at the end, I'm also going to talk about a competition that we are starting from June the 1st. So this year, we're going to run a competition from June the 1st to August the 31st. And we're going to allow instructors, school owners to enter the competition. And we're going to monitor your business growth throughout those 3 months. So it's basically going to be a competition on whose business can grow the most during summer. We're going to provide you with lots of tools over that time. We're going to provide you with training opportunities, a networking environment, a weekly networking environment where you can all talk to each other. So it's an opportunity to really see how far you can push your business over summer and get a reward at the end of it. So for the winner, we're going to be offering a £3,000 a gift worth £3,000 for PPC advertising for your business. So that's going to be the prize at the end of it. Okay, so stay tuned for that. But let's kick off. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today and for taking the time out to talk to me. I know I've pre-prepared you with some questions, but we're going to have more of a conversation about it. So I'll ask a question. We'll start with one of you, but if you all want to kind of add to that, if you agree with that and you've got more to add, then we'll just work our way through it, okay? So, starting off, how do you market the school? This is going to be very important because I know lots of people take their foot off the gas over some. They say, well, we're not going to get any students anyway, so I'm going to save my advertising money and not bother spending. How do you market your school before the summer period if it's any different to the rest of the year? So is there anything different you do marketing wise that you do over and above the rest of the year? And if we could start with Ian.
I'm actually very boring. Actually, I don't do any more. My campaigns are more about keeping students over summer holidays rather than increasing them. I do run bits and pieces, and that's a question later on, during the summer holidays to promote their friends to come. But as for advertising, no, I don't do any extra.
Okay. Is that the same for everyone else? Do you guys do anything differently?
I upped my ad spend by 20% in July and keep that going till the end of August. And I don't find the numbers grow massively, but September, when the kids go back to school, I feel that extra 20% has made a big difference.
So you kept that awareness going over summer
Yeah.
with your advertising spend?
Yeah, definitely. One thing I've done as well, which we didn't do in the first year, like I said, 3 years ago, we started growing massively. A lot of people want to go away in the summer and cancel their membership. And we didn't allow them to freeze the membership that time. But what we did the following year, we allowed them to freeze the membership with a £10 admin fee.
Okay.
And that kept so many members coming back. Whereas, like, say, 3 years ago, when we didn't do that, we had lots leave. So that's been massive for us over the summer.
That's really interesting.
I must admit, I do the same thing. We have lots of Eastern Europeans, and they'll go away. Well, yeah, they go away for 6 weeks sometimes, and getting them to freeze it means they'll come back.
Exactly.
We've obviously put a charge on it for them freezing it, but that helps so much in September. They will come back.
Interesting. Interesting to see that you've actually allowed suspensions, but you're still seeing business growth. So that financially, you haven't seen a drop in money necessarily.
I think in the long run, if you look at the bigger picture, it's not just about that 1 month. If you freeze it for that month, yes, you lose a little bit that 1 month, but going forward, they will come back, and you've got them for the rest of that year and onwards.
Yeah.
And it creates a good relationship as well.
Yeah.
I think the relationship with the parents is probably paramount to what we do.
Yeah, definitely. Paul, your ad spend over summer?
Yeah, we kind of recognise that we're kind of in a boom period now, in the same way you would be in September or January, and this is kind of like over the last 3 or 4 years, this is a fairly new trend, and it's because people either out of vanity, they realise they're going to have to take their top off in the summer, so they're looking at getting fit, but also it's all kind of like when they come back from Easter, they're looking to start something new for their children as well. So because this time of year we have a lot of eyes on us and we have a lot of attention, we try and like make hay whilst the sun's shining. So we actually start summer campaign now and have it launch and have it right the way through. And like you said, so when we get to September, we accept the inevitable. People will start cancelling for a little bit over the school holidays, but we don't want to be fighting back where we started. So we want to be in a really strong position come September. So we do lots and lots of one-off specific spring campaigns where we spend quite a bit more money than we normally would. Do you want to know what they are? Should I tell you now?
Absolutely.
So the one that our main club does, there's something called Summerfest, which is like a live music concert where they have loads of bands from all over the place and they book them. They're quite like fairly famous bands, like a mini festival sort of thing. and that's in like the big park in our town centre. And we do sponsorship deals with them. So one year we had an advert on the big screen. Another year, the last one, which worked really, really well, was we sponsored the wristbands with a QR code. So the call to action was on the big screen with a big QR code. And then looking at the festival goes over 3 days. So they've got this wristband. It's like an embroidered one with our club logo on. So people would just wake up in the morning, what's that scanning on it? So we've got a lot of free taster sessions off that. Now, obviously, that costs a bit of money to do that, but we're trying to encourage our satellite clubs and our franchisees to follow the same sort of pattern, but on a smaller scale. So we try and get them all to go to the local schools, to like school fairs and summer fairs, and have a stand set up with the same sort of call to action as they've got a QR code that they can scan and get as many taster sessions booked in.
That's really interesting. So you've looked for opportunities around that time in your area and utilized them and found avenues to advertise through that. That's really interesting.
Yeah, we've done it for a few years. Back in the day, there'd be like a magazine that go out in the book bags. That's what to do over the summer holidays. So we made sure we got in there. But now's the time to do that, because that's when they'll be printing things like that. If they still have things like that, we've moved a bit further away from that now. But it is something in the past that has worked for us as well.
Brilliant. Thank you. Sarah?
Yeah, so what we do, which works really well, is for our adults, like Paul was saying, with people being a bit vain over summer, we run what we call a Fitness for Summer campaign, and that literally starts from yesterday and it runs for 2 months until sort of May, June, July time, and that's way of getting new adults into our club, ready for summer. And then once they're in, we can sell it to them. Then it's easy. The hard part's getting them in. So we use summer as like an opportunity to get people in. We give them a bit of a discount on the rates for that period. We run it as like a short course, and at the end of that, we just sign them up. They've been in the club for 2 months then, so they're sold on it, and it's just converting them at the end of 2 months. And we ran that last year, it went really well. We've just started running it again this month, and it's kind of really good take up. So yeah, we use like the event system for that and everything.
So you're using this as an opportunity to create a short course over summer.
Yeah, well, just before summer, so between now and the start of summer holidays, essentially, to get more adults in.
And does that tend to be a feeder for student sign-ups over summer?
Yeah, no, so I think last year 90% of the people who signed up for the short course signed up after as well. So the last couple of weeks, we make sure we're getting them converted and that sort of stuff, and then we get the direct debit set up and everything else that goes with it. But it's just a really good way of getting people into the club that wouldn't normally come to the club. You know, they're looking to get fit, they're looking for something a bit different, and it's just a good opportunity to get them in, really.
That's really clever. So you've created something new to offer a short course before summer, which then showcases the club and allows them to join throughout summer. Okay, that's very clever. I like that. I like that. So I guess while we're on the topic of innovation, because they're two that actually I've never heard of those two things before that Paul and Sarah have just spoken about. You've found innovative opportunities to get in front of new people and get them in. That's really clever. So regardless of advertising, and Ian, you alluded to kind of a referral scheme over summer, is there any promotional activity you do over summer that you wouldn't for the rest of the year?
I usually run sort of different courses during the course of the. I'll do bring a friend day, which always works out well because we will have them for a good few hours, and then they all go home with a free trial lesson to come along to a normal lesson. Same type of thing we do with bring a friend. We bring a parent day as well. That quite often goes down quite well because the kids like to throw mum and dad around for a while. And games days, we talk to the parents, try and find out when the parents are most in need of us running a course, and we'll run a games day. So we'll do 3-4 hours. They bring a packed lunch along just for themselves, and then we got a nice big hall so we can spread them out loads, and we get just play games for the whole sort of time. The kids go away fun, and they can bring a friend with them as well, or family member like cousins. You know, we quite often get cousins and that will stay over, so that they'll bring them on those days. That gives mum and dad a bit of a relief from the children for a good few hours. It's a nice little income for us over, for a short period of time. But it's also the friends that come along normally come along for a free lesson. If they come along, but again, they go away with a free lesson leaflet. That's generally it will feed the class in September. It's just keeping them, and the parents love it because they can offload their children for a few hours while they get a little bit of respite and go and do some shopping or just generally collapse over the summer holidays.
Yeah, yeah. And well, I suppose while I'm on the topic of that, and summer camps is another massive retention and revenue scheme, right? And Paul, I know you know a lot about summer camps. Do all of you put summer camps on over summer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah, I know you've spoken about summer camps before, and Ricky, you're in a full-time academy, you three are all in full-time academies. How do your summer camps look over summer, Ricky?
Yes, so we start advertising a month before the summer holidays. The summer camps are always pretty busy, but like Ian, we allow them to bring a friend who's not a member of the club, which boosts things quite a lot.
Yeah, yeah, excellent. And Paul, you were very involved in summer camps, weren't you? I think that was kind of an actual business of yours, right?
Yeah, for before I opened up my first club in 2000, my first full-time club in 2006, I had a company that did summer camps for kids, and it was quite it grew to quite a good size and was quite a successful business. So for personal reasons now, like in the interest of my marriage, staying in one place, but we have 6 weeks off now because previous to that, the summer holidays was our busiest time. But I think that because that previous life, that's always got us into the habit of advertising and marketing and promoting our business this time of year, because we're promoting for things that happened over the summer. That being said, we never let things lie dormant over the summer for us, and we have things specific to the summer holidays, which are like retention tools as well, which have worked really well for us as well. The last year, the one that we did, which proved to be really successful, was just rather than it being obvious advertising, it was born out of a need, and the thing that we noticed was teenagers and even kind of like older primary school children. They were staying up late at night. They were playing games until whatever time, and they were just developing reverse sleep patterns. So sleeping in all morning. Because I have like a competition squad who I make train in the mornings with me in the holidays. They were coming in yawning and more tired. So I thought, how can we kind of improve their lifestyle? So we started a campaign where they'd keep a record of how many morning classes they did at my gym. And this was up to anyone under the age of 18. And they kept a record of it. And then at the end of the summer, someone was given a prize, and they'll give them like a voucher or something like £100 to reward them for attending the most morning sessions. So what that did, the parents got right behind that, because rather than their kids lying in bed all morning because they've been up late tonight, they're making the kids go to bed a bit early because they've got to be up in the morning for training. So the parents are really grateful for that. But how that helped us from a free advertising point of view, something like that kind of turned into like a bit of a mini campaign, and the local press got behind it as well. So we had a little slot on Radio WM, we had a little slot in the local newspaper, all about kind of like our campaign to get kids to make the right lifestyle choices in the school holidays as well. The parents were happy with me that the kids, a lot of them weren't happy about having to put up. It wasn't every.
As long as the parents are happy, that's what was important.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's really interesting. Funnily enough, I was doing some research a couple of months ago, just to see if there were changing trends, and we've definitely seen a slowdown in the industry in general over the last few years. And there is a lot of research now to show working parent families. I think something like 70% of families now have both parents working at least maximum 2 full-time jobs, but certainly 2 working parents. So the requirement for, I don't want to call it childcare, but the requirement for your services and somewhere for a child to go over summer is massive. It's more than it's ever been before, and I don't think enough of our clients are making the most of that opportunity. And also helping, it's just, you're actually helping children and society, because parents just can't do what they used to do. Families aren't able to do what they used to. They can't afford to. I know in my household, we definitely couldn't afford to not work. So there's a massive requirement for this over summer. I love that you've targeted a specific pain point in society in general, and that has attracted other parents to get involved. Ian, you're absolutely right. Target the parents. They're the ones that need to know the benefits for the children, aren't they? Okay, so while we're on that, retention. Okay, so I know we always talk about getting new students over summer, but actually retention, I would say, is, well, equally, if not more important over summer. So that's a really good idea for existing students. So make that pain point available to parents for existing students. What other do you have any other particular strategies over summer to retain your students? I guess, Sarah, start with you.
Yeah, there's a couple of things we do. The first we do is, obviously numbers are going to drop off a bit over summer anyway, just naturally with people going on holiday, not necessarily cancellations, but just class numbers and stuff. So we run 3 kids classes a night, and we just combine that into 2 classes. And what that does is it makes the class a bit more fun and a bit more enjoyable, rather than like 2 kids turning up for 1 class or whatever the numbers might be. We just combine them where possible, just to make the atmosphere in class a bit more fun. It means the kids get to, you know, meet other kids as well, so it adds an element of fun. And another thing which we're launching this year is we're creating a new sort of attendance guidebook type thing, and actually it's just timing that we're launching it in summer, but every time a kid comes they get a stamp, and if they go to 5 classes they get, you know, a t-shirt. If they come 10 they get a pen or whatever it might be. So we're launching a new attendance booklet in time for summer to just encourage them to keep coming back. So yeah, those are the 2 main ones we're doing this year.
Brilliant. Anyone else? Do you do anything particularly different over summer?
We do a slight syllabus change, so it's made a little bit more fun. Actually, it's not just in the summer holidays; it's in all of the school holidays. So for our beginners, for instance, we give them an insight as to what the senior belts would be doing and make it a little bit more fun. So they'll be learning all the flying kicks, jump spinning kicks and stuff like that. Maybe some nunchuck sessions, like they like the weapons as well. So just something different to what they're doing every single day in their normal classes. Yeah, make quite a big difference.
Yeah, excellent.
Same with Ricky there. That's what I do. I change my syllabus up a little bit in that we will do like you just said, Ricky, with the nunchucks. That they love the weapons, the kids. You know, the foam nunchucks are not expensive for the parents to get. So we've even run like classes, the whole class for that, just to change it up a little bit.
Yeah. So you're bringing in things that you wouldn't normally.
Yeah, nothing majorly different. Like I say, the stuff that we teach is what we teach to our more senior belts, just to give them more of an insight as to what they're going to be learning, you know, in the near future.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. What about there are going to be a section of students that just don't train at all, right? So there's naturally low attendance over summer because of holidays and so on. Do you have any methods of ensuring that they come back in September? Do you have any?
Right, I think we touched on that a little bit earlier. So if they're going to go away, they normally alert us to that. So we will allow them to freeze their membership, and we'll charge an admin fee for that, which creates a good relationship with the parents. Yeah, that normally keeps, I would say, at least 90% of them coming back.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I do exactly the same thing as Rick. We're pretty close here, Rick, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Yeah, we do the same sort of thing. We'll do that, you know, suspension thing for the summer holidays. Again, it's just keeping the good rapport with the parents. You know, if the parent knows they're not paying out, they're not getting stung for it because they're not going to do it. Or if they don't tell us and they come back in September, what we do is we'll do a catch-up sessions so that they can do. If they only book for 1 session a week, they can do 2 to catch up the time that they've lost. Being fair with the parents, what I found is key. They're our biggest sales promoters. You know, they're the ones that down the school saying to people, "This club's really good. You got to take them there."
Yeah. I've heard of people putting on gradings straight after summer to try and promote training over
Yeah,
summer?
that's what we do. So we'll always do a grading right before summer, just to keep them coming over summer. They've got the new belts and stuff, so they want to keep coming. And then we'll open the payment for the gradings at the end of this term, so that the parents will pay for the grading. It will keep them coming over summer, and then they will normally do the grading end of September, beginning of October, so that they want to keep coming over summer to get their next grading. So the timings of when you do your grading can be key to both getting kids to continue coming over summer and then coming back in September, because a lot of the time they've already paid for their grading, so they want to come back and get it.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, in your opinion, do you generally see lower numbers in your classes over summer?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what would you say is the biggest reason? Is it people going on holiday? Is it
It's people going on holiday. It's the fact that we're an indoor sport, and people want to go play outside in the summer, especially if the weather's good. A lot of the times what we'll do is we'll do sort of outdoor elements of our session. So for half of it, we'll take them outside, just to enjoy the sun a bit more. And the kids, they're not at school, so they've not got their routine, so they might be out playing with their sort of friends all day, so they might get distracted and not want to come to judo. So we just send a lot of reminders throughout summer just to let them know we are still open, because sometimes they'll assume you're closed. But yeah, we do see generally lower numbers. We don't necessarily see a cancellation, but we do see general attendance a bit lower than what we normally see.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
do what Sarah does as well with the classes. I'll amalgamate, because I do like 3 classes in one session. Well, I'll knock that down to 2, just so that the numbers are better. It's makes the atmosphere in the class better as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. So would you say, because you all experience business growth over summer, and it's not just a little bit, it's quite substantial, would you attribute that to sign-ups or retention? What level of importance do you put on retention? If you were going to say percentage-wise, 50% based on retention, 50 based on sign-ups, how important are sign-ups over summer?
For me, it's more the retention. Summer holidays, I would like to get them in sort of like between now and the summer holidays, and hold them over the summer holidays, and then go again in after the summer holidays.
Yeah. Yeah. Paul, the same for you?
It's a bit of a combination for both. I've tried over the years to work out some kind of patterns in attrition rates, and there isn't one. You look at my figures, it's up and down, and I can't work it out. I wish I knew. But it's a bit of both. But obviously, the inevitable, there will be a bit of a drop off for whatever reasons, and therefore, I'm all about making sure we've got lots of new members coming in before the summer holidays. We do also do the same as what Sarah said, in that we're very subtle about this. But if someone's not quite ready to grade at the end of July, we say we'll work hard over the summer. There's another grading in September. We'll try and get you ready for that. So that's just dangling another carrot and getting them ready for the next one after. That's good for retaining and keeping them motivated over the summer as well.
Yeah. Excellent. Do you have any students that you say you have a lot of students that go away for the whole of summer because perhaps they originate from outside of the UK? Do they ask for any kind of training programs while they're away? Do they train while they're not there?
I've never had that.
No.
Holiday's holiday.
They make the most of it. They make the most of it. Okay, I mean, just in talking and conversation, you've actually answered quite a lot of the questions that we had pitched to you. So, I guess to summarize, and I'll go around each one of you. What is the biggest piece of advice you could give a martial arts school owner about how to promote business growth over summer? You've given us many ideas and lots to think about. What would be your one piece of advice to school owners? Ricky, if we can start with you.
Consistency, definitely 100%. We got to a point where every single one of our classes were fully booked. So when our members join, they sign up to a particular class, and we were maxed out. But I didn't stop the advertising. I just created waiting lists and just kept them coming in, because there will be times when your numbers do drop slightly, and then you can just make them calls and you've got the classes filled again. So yeah, consistency all through the year, definitely.
Perfect. That's brilliant advice. Ian?
Talking to your parents, I still think they're your biggest sales pitch. They're the salesperson they're already sold. And they will, if you keep them on board, keep talking to them, keep giving them what they want, and they'll sell your club for you.
And how do you
Without
do
fail.
that, Ian? How do you make sure that you're talking to them?
I'm quite lucky because I've got quite a good group of instructors, and we encourage the parents to stay. We have quite a big gallery where they can sit and talk. So I'll sit with them quite often and just talk to them. Just bless you.
Thank you.
Just to find out exactly what they're doing and what they want from us. You know, if there's something going on in the local area that they're worried about, what can we do to help them? You know, and you know, quite often we'll do sit down and talk with the kids, just to put their mind at rest. You know, it's a safe place for them to come to.
Brilliant. Excellent. Yeah, thank you for that, Ian. Paul?
I think accept the inevitable and don't rest on your laurels this time of year, and have a good push now in terms of your marketing and promotional work. Otherwise, you're going to be playing catch up come September. What this year as well, I don't know if other clubs are affected by this, but whenever there's a big football tournament that England are in, that does affect our numbers as well. So you have to be mindful of the fact that just before they break up for the summer holidays, there's going to be a month of Euros as well. So there's going to be and it's the same. It's when your class, the big matches are always on when your class times will be as well. So just be mindful of that as well. We always get a big drop off. People going and watching the game in the pub or having barbecues and not coming to training. So
We've got the Olympics this year as well, haven't we?
The Olympics,
Yeah, good advice. Thank you very much. And Sarah?
Yeah, I think sort of similarly, I said don't really take your foot off the gas. Just keep going and don't think, oh, okay, well, it's summer, so we're going to lose numbers. Look at what you can do to combat that. So with sort of the Olympics, we'll be running like an Olympics festival and a Paralympics festival. And then with the Euros, we'll put it on the telly at the club. So that if the parents want to come and drop the kids off and watch the telly, then it gets the parents there as well. So just, like use those things to your advantage rather than accepting that, the kids aren't going to come. Try and make a bit of an event out of it.
I love that. That's brilliant. Yeah, that's excellent sound advice. I think we should
The last Euros we had, what tournament it was now, England were playing, and I said to the kids they could all come to the club in their England tops if they wanted to. The amount of them that turned up in their football kit was great. It was just, we had telly on in the background so they could watch it, and we just, it kept them in the club.
You've got to embrace it to an extent, haven't you?
Yeah, you can't beat it. You just got to embrace it.
Yeah. No, excellent advice. I love that. So I guess in summary, consistency, communication, talking to the parents in general, starting early. So making sure you're targeting big signups before summer, so you keep that momentum up over summer, and using local opportunities, being innovative with the resources and tools that you have. Summer camps is a big one. So let's just have a look. I think we've only got one question. We've got a couple of questions about the summer camp. So anyone else who has questions, please do put them through now, and I will ask our panelists. So what day has been the most popular for your games day, Ian?
Midweek usually. Wednesdays are quite good. Fridays and Mondays for me are not good because it's close to the weekends. If they're going to go away for the weekend, it can quite often run into the Monday or go early on the Friday. So midweek, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that sort of time I would run my camps from.
Excellent. And what times do you run them from? Are they all day?
Yeah, usually 10 till 2, 10 till 3, that type of sort of time.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you very much. And this one for anyone who does summer camps, how long are your summer camps for?
So we run ours for 4 out of the 6 weeks. And it's mainly just to give the coaches a bit of a rest as well. Than the kids. So yeah, we'll do 4 weeks on. This year we're doing 2 weeks on. We're having 2 weeks off during the Olympics, and then we're having another 2 weeks on. But we normally do about 4 weeks of summer camps.
Yeah. Anyone else?
We do every other week, so it's normally three weeks out of the 6. And that's normally, I think we normally do 9 a.m. till 1 p.m.
Yeah. And Paul?
We don't do.
Oh, you're not
six.
doing, yeah,
No,
you're
no.
saving your marriage, aren't you?
Yeah.
Wise man.
Someone's put, is it a full day? So when you run them, do you do them for a full day?
We do the middle of the day, so we do 11 till 3 normally. Yeah, I know sort of Paul was saying about kids, sleeping in over summer, and we decide to not fight that. So we say, okay, we'll let the kids have a line, and then they'll come to our camp when they're ready. And that's a good chunk of the day, so the parents can get rid of them for a few hours, and then get on with their day as well.
Yeah. Ricky, yours?
Normally 9 till 1. So yeah, early, not early mornings, but yeah, morning time, early
Yeah.
afternoon.
And do you sell them by the week or the day?
The week.
Both, yeah. Both, okay. And Kirsty is asking, how much do you charge for them? How much do you charge for your summer camps?
Ours are £20 a day, or £15 a day if you're doing the full week.
It's reasonable.
Yeah, ours are a bit cheaper. Ours are, I think, 45 for the week. If you come to all 4 weeks, you get it for like 99 quid. So ours are a bit cheaper.
Okay, yeah. I mean, both of those prices by comparison to other providers, David Lloyd, I think are about £40 a day, which is crazy. So yeah, that's really good value for money. Okay, well, listen, I don't think we've got any other questions that have come through. What I am going to do really quickly before we say our goodbyes is just share my screen and show you, because even our panelists who are on here don't know about this. But we've got as I said, we've got our competition that's going to run. Oh, Elliot, help me. Here we go, share screen. There we go. So just to show you this really quickly, we're going to be releasing very soon this page on the marketing toolkit, the Summer of Success. So what we want to do is try and encourage you guys to proactively have the best summer you possibly can and get as many students as you can and keep as many students as you can over summer. So we're going to release this next week, I believe. It'll be available for you to book onto. So on this page, we're going to have a form that you fill out, and that will enter you into the competition. And we're going to have a leaderboard. So whoever enters, we're going to put you on a leaderboard where we always have the top 10 on there of the people who are experiencing the biggest business growth. And on this page, we're going to provide you with all the summer campaign materials that you need. All of our previous webinars are on here, but we're also going to have weekly get-together. So with our marketing team, we're going to allow you to come into a kind of marketing lounge once a week, and you talk about what marketing activity you're having, what growth experience you're having. You can share ideas with each other, and it will hopefully allow you to explore what your colleagues are doing and implement them into your own business, and then motivate business growth. So we're going to be releasing that next week, I believe, available for you to book onto. We will have a leaderboard page as well available. So look out for that. So listen, thank you for everyone who's attended and watched today, and people who are watching this in future. Panelists, I thank you so much for joining me today. That is very, very insightful, certainly information that we'll take away and document. It's been absolutely brilliant. We've just had a comment here from Sean. The big takeaway from this webinar for me, at least, is just to do something. Absolutely, don't let things slide. Great suggestions from you guys. I'll try them all out. Thank you, Sean. That's really kind of you to say. Absolutely, don't take your foot off the gas. Do something. Keep it going. Don't just accept the slump. Fight it, and proactively and innovatively work against it. You can experience business growth. These guys I know their figures, very big businesses, and they all see really good business growth. So use them as examples and motivators. They're our business growth heroes over summer. So guys, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thanks for the invite. Nice to meet you guys as well.
Oh, and you two Essex boys can go and have coffee together after this.
Will
We'll
do.
meet up. I like the idea, Rick.
All right, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
See
you.
Take care.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.